Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Jane Evans. About 18 months ago, Lucy and I started talking about trying to bring some of the voices of those impacted through road crashes together into one book or anthology. It started as some simple thoughts, turned into a growing idea, became our lockdown project, and ultimately has brought us all here today.
For those of us who have lost a loved one through a road traffic crash, today will be a mix of emotions. Maybe there will be some comfort in seeing our loved ones remembered and in joining together as one community to support one another. Yet there will also be immense sadness, as the reality is we will all wish we had never had the need to be a part of this event, but rather still had our loved ones here with us.
The grief that is experienced following the loss of a loved one in a road traffic collision is overwhelming. The knock at the door or the telephone call, which comes completely unexpected, changes your life forever.
Then there is the turmoil, the chaos, the trauma, and the inability to make sense out of a world which feels as though it has been turned completely upside down.
Over the past 5 years since the RoadPeace West Midlands group formed, we have listened to the stories of those who attend our group. We have listened to those who have spoken at our remembrance services. And though each of us is different and our losses are unique, we have shared heartbreak together. We wanted to create our anthology as some kind of positive outlet for our pain, a way that we could use the power of the written word to tell our stories. Most importantly, to remember those we have lost, but also to give wider society just a tiny sense of what this loss is like and why crash victims need support, compassion, and care, and why people should think when they get behind the wheel of a vehicle.
As we reached out to each person and asked them to take part in this project, we were overwhelmed with heartbreak, but equally we were overwhelmed with hope. We know that for many, contributing to this anthology was far from easy and took huge courage. We know that many of you worried about what to write and struggled to convey your feelings in just a page or two. Yet you did so, and you all told us how much you wanted to try and help those other families who will sadly find themselves in this situation. Each time a contribution was emailed over to us, Jane and I would need to take a few moments, stunned at the raw and honest feelings you were brave enough to share, and privileged to be trusted with your words, precious memories, and photographs.
There was hope also to be found in the contributions of the emergency services, CPS, and those politicians who have taken part in their willingness to support this project and this cause, and to have faith in our group and faith in RoadPeace without question. We thank them all, and especially those who have joined us today, and those who have worked with and engaged with us, Elaine, and the other members of our group over the last few years.
So what about the call for change? We all owe a debt of gratitude to RoadPeace for the work they have done since they were set up in 1992 and for the steps forward they have achieved. We owe so much to the amazing people who have made up this charity, who have given years to campaigning, who provide us with an endless friendship and inspire us daily. And yet, despite all this brilliant work, when it comes to road crash victims, the list of injustices remains long.
From the unnecessary second post-mortems, which are in some cases still allowed, the inadequate sentencing, the need for longer and even lifetime driving bans, the need to reduce the 24 hours allowed to report a crash,
to the need for a new charge for those who fail to remain at the scene of a serious injury or fatal crash, or the need for those arrested upon suspicion of an offence which carries a mandatory driving ban to have their licences suspended immediately and not be allowed to continue to drive until they appear in court, sometimes over a year later.
And perhaps most simply, yet vitally, for all to stop referring to road traffic accidents. The word accident trivialising our losses and summing up society's wrongful acceptance of death and serious injury on our roads. They are crashes, not accidents. Many of the stories in our anthology highlight these injustices. And as we go forward from today, we hope those of you who are not already standing with RoadPeace in the call for change will read our anthology and feel compelled to do so.
So now we have talked about the content of our anthology, we must talk about the people who have made this happen. CFG, and in particular Steve Mallaret and Emma Yem. We do not think even 1,000 thank yous will ever be enough.
In 2020, CFG began working with us as a part of the RoadPeace legal panel structure. And Nick, the RoadPeace CEO, trusted us to run with our ideas. And what a joy this has been. Steve and Emma, thank you for believing in RoadPeace West Midlands. Thank you for wanting to tell our stories. Thank you for taking our every idea and talking it through and then making it a reality. You have worked tirelessly and you have given so much.
Thank you for your kindness and your creativity, your endless care and your attention to detail, your determination to make sure every element of this anthology was well thought out, your patience and understanding with us too, and the absolute respect that you have shown to the story of every single person who has taken part.
We must also say a huge thank you to the team at St. Martin in the Bullring for once again welcoming us here, and especially to Jeremy and Juliet, who go out of their way to support RoadPeace West Midlands, and will welcome us again in November for our Remembrance service.
Finally, we must say thank you to each and every one of you who have joined with us today. Some of those in our West Midlands group now refer to us as being like a second family. This is something which has, on occasion, made both Jane and I burst into tears. The West Midlands group and our wider friends to us are very special, and the respect, the kindness and the commitment to support each other no matter what that you all show to each other is deeply moving.
So we close today by saying, we hope that when you get your anthologies, you are as proud of this project as we are, as we come together as RoadPeace West Midlands family, a family we wish we never needed, but are so very glad we found.